Hello, all. Good morning and good evening. This is Kiran 820 from Tricentis Automation channel. Today I'm going to present here one more topic around the trends on Tosca Copilot, which predominantly use part of Tosca test automation from the Tricentis side. So before getting into a detail, so I'll give overview on my channel. Whoever is watching this channel first time, they can get and more just overview on my content. Basically designed with 5 objectives. The first one is tools, solutions, and technologies. So mainly I focused on the tools which across the testing domain, open source and commercial as well. So any new features is being added, I'm going to give overview on and provide the details so that it may be helpful for you when you taking them to the corporate assignments. So that is basically out of my the workouts. It's not like just giving some information. I'll work out on particular new features, and I will be in a position to give the details. And the next objective is empowering the workforce. See, I have with nearly 2 decades of experience, and based of that, I just wanted to give uh, good inputs and the direction to the folks who are going to start their journey in the test automation side, or folks they wanted to convert from the functional side to the automation side, or they wanted to enhance who is already in the journey they wanted to enhance in the automation journey. So for them this particular category is useful. That's why I have derived this particular objective. This is purely based out of my experience. I already published a few the stories that you can skim through. The third one is, as I have experience in the management and architecture side, so I'm going to publish the few stories that may be helpful to the whoever is in the mid career of the test automation side. It is purely the based on my based on my thoughts on the particular problem statement, or any kind of the complex the project's executions. And the fourth one is, it is which is the the last one, the trends. So now we are experiencing the technology is evolving from the past 2 years, and every industry is adopting the evolution. And similarly in the testing domain side, I see a transformation is started, and it is slowly picking up now, and it is going to continue entire this year. So mm, I thought of putting the information more here based on my analysis and study, so that that will be useful when you are working on any of the corporate assignments. The purely this category is mainly focused on the commercial side. Definitely for the open source side, it may take some time to come to a stage where we can effectively use it. But currently all commercial vendors are implementing their AI solutions based on the latest technology. Okay, so and quickly I just skim through of my channel. This is about my blog on the Medium blogging platform. We were by automation.medium.com. So you can see the stories which I have published. So recently I have published this is Tricentis tool stack. This is Tricentis 2 weeks back I have published. This was the very recent one. Remaining around API automation side and AI stint, and few mm, much useful information on the accessibility side. And currently I'm running on the the AI assistant. So far I have published the three, which are built based on the generative AI. And so I'm going to publish some more AI assistants which I have already worked out, and definitely it is useful when we are working on corporate any of the assignments for the test automation side. Okay, this is about my medium blogging platform. And then coming to the YouTube channel, so if you can give the URL of youtube.com slash retrieval by automation, you will be landing on this particular channel, and you have a couple of the videos which I have published. And every 2 weeks and monthly twice, two stories I'm publishing, two sessions. And mainly with the purpose of my knowledge revive, as well as I should be in a position to share a valuable information on the trends. This is not going to be any kind of hype, but this is a valid information. Definitely it is going to be a transform more in the coming the quarters, and it will be useful. You can enhance your activities, gain the results, and show the more productivity. Okay, so with that direction in mind, today I'm going to publish Tricentis Tosca Copilot, which was released in the month of June 2024, which is a commercial based solution. So I cannot give any kind of, since it is a commercial, I cannot show any kind of the video on that one, but only I have attended a webinar, and I draw some mm, screenshots, so which I'm going to walk through, so that it will be useful whoever is working on Tosca tool stack side, or if you're going to start a journey on the Tosca. Definitely it is a good platform that you can start your automation journey with scriptless model framework. Okay, so without further delay, let's move on to our program today. So this is about my analysis on this particular AI assistant. We call it as a context aware AI assistant. Context aware means any program, you know, mm, any program which silently reads the particular window and draw the some information, and able to perform the actions on that particular environment, then we call it as a context aware. So similarly, earlier also I have shown you postbot, and I have shown you Tricentis Tosca test management. These are all context aware. Whatever is happening on the particular current project window, it is able to learn, and it is able to understand, and perform the actions on that particular the module or project, or the code that currently on the project, which the particular assistant is able to recognize and able to understand, and give the answers. Okay, that's about context aware. So let's decode further. So Tricentis Tosca Copilot, it's a generative AI test automation assistant. Okay, there is a slight deviation: coding assistant and automation assistant. In the coding assistant is purely based on the code, how we can improvise the method that we have developed. Okay, so we have the the solutions that assistants are available. Last previous sessions, you have seen about postbot, and you have seen about JetBrains AI assistant, purely coding based. Now, thus today we are going to talk about an automation, but it's not about the coding, it's about the activities which involves in the preparation of the test design. Okay, so test design means it involves many things, right? You need to identify your real-time objects from the application and make it as a file, and you need to integrate with your test case, like that. So there are not only that one, there are some kind of the test cases might not be mapped to a particular requirement, but you have a huge set of test suites available. It's about 1,000 plus cases are available. Okay, it's a kind of complex, the project. For example, if you take the Oracle or a SAP, definitely you will have a complex cases from 1 to 50, and to understand that particular case, you need to spend certain amount of time. But if you have a one particular assistant which can browse the, which can give the quick insights about that particular test case, and in a natural language format with the 5 to 10 bulleted points, then your job will be easy. So that kind of thought they came up with. Like that, there are a few other activities that, during the course of our engagements, we perform at various levels. So to simplify those activities, this particular extent is perfectly matched, and but this is only based on the Tosca environment. It's not, you cannot use it on any kind of other technology, because this is learned and fine-tuned on Tosca environment, assets, and embedded into the Tosca platform. Then so that's why it is able to provide that kind of information. Let's move ahead. So this is the program today I have. Okay. uh, so before starting this Copilot journey, first we should understand what exactly the Tosca tool structure. So whoever is worked on the Tosca, they can able to understand. Whoever is not worked and completely new. So this particular quick brief is useful. That's why I have included, because that is going to be the starting point to understand what is Tosca Copilot. Okay. So now here, what is the context that we are going to talk about here uh, in this particular, and then what exactly the Tosca Copilot solves the problems. Okay, the challenge is currently on the ground. So which provide in terms of the initial capabilities by the program team. Okay, so this is about the program that I'm going to mm, deliver today. Let's move ahead. So this is the one. So the basically the Tosca tool architecture overview. So I'll just give very simple and straightforward so that you can easily understand. The first one is enables scriptless automation. That means any kind of complex or any kind of thing, it is totally designed as a scriptless, purely. So 100% this is the scriptless. And then the second one is a model based the framework. Okay, that means it is structured in such a way that it divides entire your business scenario into a particular modules, and those modules will be structured in a format or in a model based, so that it will follow the certain sequence as per the given scenario. Okay, so and it integrates your libraries and technical information, configurations, everything, and form as a one particular model that can be a reused or refactored to a new model, and you can complete your business scenario. Okay, so now basically here we have a test case development. So how they have the fact it is, what is the pre to start this particular case, what is the post condition to start this one, and what is the business. Okay, so that's why three the sections they have divided entire the business scenario into three parts. And first one is the pre. That means, suppose pre means your prerequisite. Suppose to start a one particular application, you need to launch the application. That is pre. Suppose you need to close the application, that comes under the post, or you need to clean up the previous the data, that also included part of the post. But when coming to the process, this is the where exact your business process exists. Okay, for example, you need to submit a one order, so you need to fill the 10 fields. In such case, you those fields comes under the process. Okay, so and then This particular test case, the development integrated with modules. Okay, so this module is your object repository, and that contains the technical information of the elements. And then you have the libraries component as well, which reduces the reusability, increase the reusability within the test portfolio. Okay, so this is also a model based and component driven. And so wherever you want, you can call this particular the libraries. For example, you have a order creation or a login component and search component. Those are all comes under your business libraries. Those are all we have to mm, design it as a single component, and you can move it in the business libraries so that you can use it whenever you need it. In the Tosca terminology, we call it as a test case development, not as a test script. And also it is accompanied by the three other pre-built Tosca generic libraries, like for example, generic means launching the application or closing the application, or running the background application, or the command line, the execution, or any kind of a date comparison, such kind of the library the methods which comes under Tosca generic libraries. And then again, test data. There is a separate the component that they have in the Tosca platform, and we need to create a attributes. Based on that one, templates will be created, and the templates will be mapped to the test case. The test case which takes the data sequentially from the templates, and then it will execute. For example, you need to execute a one particular login scenario with the different kinds of input. In such case, we have to use this kind of the format that is integrated with the main test case. So, and then we have here, the executions. We have a dry execution in form of the scratchbook execution. We call it as and then once that execution is finalized and your test case is, the portion completely done, then you will pull that into the execution list as a suit execution. Okay, so that's why. So we have a single script, right? If you talk about open source side, and if you talk about the open source side, you have a suite file. You need to create the test ng side a suite file with the 10 scripts. Like that mm, in the Tosca, the platform, we call it as a execution list. You need to map all these cases into the execution, and you can do it. So this is a kind of total Tosca in the platform. Whatever the manual that you are doing in the open source side, that can be designed in a components wise in a rich look format, a platform they have given, so that users can take that start at a test case design, so that each component will be triggered, and at the same time you will have the recovery, the sinners, that means exception, the handling. So, and then variables means you have a sometimes you need to store a value in the global variables or in the local variables, or you need to use some value in the next script executions. In such case, you need to have a dynamic variables or runtime variables. Okay, and then actions. The actions are nothing but your assertions, like you need to verify, or you need to input value, or you need to get the value, such kind of operations which comes under the actions. Okay, they're all supported by these things. And then again, overall this particular the platform will be configured in the configuration module. There are a number of configurations based on your requirement that you can do it. And then and also this platform has integrations. One is TM integration, is test management integration, and open source integration means it has integrated with the open source libraries as well, Selenium or Appium or some other libraries, and it has integrated with PM platforms agile project management. That means with Jira or version one or some other Trello, like that. You have we have different vendor project management platforms. It has integrations. And then finally we have a CIs, that is continuous integration platforms like Jenkins or Bamboo or TeamCity, like that, or Microsoft Azure. Those kind of integrations it has. Okay, we have we have different customers and they're using different tool stacks, right? So it will be useful mainly when the journey it started when with firstly with the uh, ERP platform, that is for the SAP based the applications. So and then slowly it has transformed to the commercial based application, consumer based applications like web applications, and then mobile apps, and then they have integrated the API automation as well, and then they have integrated with the cloud platforms like that. This is total a platform which manages the allows you to prepare the design and executions, and at the same time managing the the designs that you have yeah, mm, plan the particular project. It might be 100 or 200 or 500 like that totally, and at the same time it maintains the coverage by linking the particular case to the requirement, and then it will draw the insights like other test management tools. Okay, this is about overall architecture. Why I have told about one where the Copilot is going to make a the presence so that you can understand and connect the dots. Okay, so that's about this one. Let's move ahead. So this is the Copilot, and before getting into this one, in my previous uh, story, I have given AI solutions overview and how the testing transformation is happening in the AI world. Okay, there I have explained stage one and stage two. Stage one is Copilot's journey. Stage two is the autonomous journey. The phases from the execution to design to the execution phases. Okay, so far we have seen the power of the tools in the automating the applications and handling the various challenges. But there are certain activities that still today we are doing manually, and who do not have any other intelligent systems to support it quickly, derive the results. So for example, the areas that this particular co-pilot emerging in the world is one is assess focused, that is purely based on mm, the assets which are available in the particular environment. It might be a duplicate, it might be a not linked to any of the requirements, or unused particular design case. So might be in the, suppose you have 1,000. Okay, you have started 10 years back and you have 1,000 cases. There are plenty number of the cases which are unused and ideally sitting there. So you wanted to identify. So manually we have to go and check all those things, or we need to have a kind of a mechanism which filter out the cases which have not executed or not linked to the requirements. So there are various ways you need to build a sound query so that that will. But here they are trying to make an interface which gives end user for the uh, natural language uh, of the prompt so that the system can understand and pull the information. Instead of writing a particular query to pull the cases, why didn't you write a particular natural, hey, just get the test cases from the so and so module, which has having the name as login or welcome, or from the so and so region. In such, if you are giving that information, there you are not writing any, you are not following any other syntax. You are just giving your the statement as you speak. Okay, so that is purely based on the access focused. The next area is complexity focused. So basically, SAP or Oracle or other the package based applications, it has end-to-end scenarios, and definitely it has the steps from 30 to 50. Okay, so very much in the complex scenarios and cases are there. In such case, so it might be difficult to recollect and give the information to the your co-team member. So sometimes it may be a difficult. In such cases, this kind of assistant, if it can help us to get the information quickly and what models it is linked and what it does and um, where it is exists, such kind of information is available, then definitely it will reduce the significant of amount of time. The third one is that currently as on today we are spending a lot of time on understanding the root cause of the particular case, or you have executed a suit, but unfortunately it was failed. Most of the cases, but you have short of time and you need to understand where exactly it is failed. In such case, such area is a huge time consuming. So that's where they have the focused on the RCA areas, so that it will be helpful to derive the insights on um, the suit which was executed recently. So the second one is, so this one why I have mentioned over here is test design. There are few activities which are falling under. One is an attempt to simplify the test portfolio automation, quickly understand the complex cases. So this two are comes under test design phase. But whereas this particular activity, a way to effectively interpret the failure case. Suppose you have one single case you want to understand. So they have given the the facility to inspect or get the insights from that particular failure case, or you have a suite of cases which has a large value, and you wanted to derive the insights based on it, the failures. In such case also it is useful. So that's why I mentioned it as a one is the execution phase, second one is the test design phase. Okay, so these are the areas, the transformation which I have already given, how the vendors are following on each phase. They are identifying what are the areas they can enhance so that it will be automatized and automated, and it will be helpful to enhance the activities, and eventually it reduces um, the time and gives the productivity. Okay, so that's the entities, the transformation where this particular copilot is mainly focused. Okay, so this is about the introduction on test Tosca Copilot, and I have taken this is from the Tricentis only, and this information I have derived based on my study, the information available on the Tosca site, and basically this is a context-aware generative AI-powered test automation. Generative AI means the natural languages. You are giving certain input and it gives the output in a different format and in a different results, uh, that is specific to that particular context. Okay, any instant which understand your natural language and giving the uh, output in a different way, that will, we call it as a generative AI. So the support and how they are building up. So we have a core, as I told in my previous sessions. OpenAI is the core, that is the core platform that will be enhanced, and that was enhanced and brought into a cloud platform by the Microsoft AI. They created certain services so that any vendor wanted to create a solutions, AI solutions based on the OpenAI libraries. So they have created a secured environment and the secured app, the models, so that it will be helpful to learn on once the model is designed, and it will be trained on the particular uh, mm, the data, Suppose if I am working on the Tosca environment, you should ever the Tosca environment. If you are giving this something kind of the postcode or something different thing, the result you will get the outside of the context. Okay, that's why this particular model, once you have designed, and that it has to be trained, and it has to be matched with the output, so that it will be useful in the production side. So that's why it has its own the features are available, and so they have Microsoft is providing, and AWS is providing, some other vendors also providing this the services for the to develop the AI systems based on the large language models. Okay, and then this is mainly designed for the Tosca environment. Okay, this is an automation capabilities that are directly embedded in the Tosca's environment only. If you are going the query out of the Tosca environment, it will not take it, and it will either it will give the wrong output, or it will give the saying it is not out of this it is out of this context. Okay, and then the initial capabilities, it was released recently a month back with this test portfolio optimization and comprehensive test cases explanation and execution insights. So mainly this particular capability is focused on the your assets. Okay, so you have created the modules and test cases and linked, and again it has to be mapped to the requirements. Once you are completed the requirement, it has to be created a execution list. This is a kind of the process and chain. Okay, so if anything is missing in this particular the chain, and now uh, you don't need to go to the each module, each case one by one, and see whether it is a linked or not. But here in this particular mm, capability, you should be in a position to identify which are the test cases not mapped to the requirement, which are the test cases are duplicate, and which are the test cases are unused from the uh, given amount of duration. Okay, and also suppose you have identified 20 cases are not linked, but it has to be linked. So as a mass update, you can perform that one. You don't need to open or one by one each case and requirement. Okay, that is one thing. The second the capability they have is comprehensive explanation, which I have given you briefly in the previous slide. So we have a 50 cases of test case, and we have two new members are onboarded. So they have to be get well knowledge on this particular case, a particular business case or business knowledge. In such case, one way is they have to go through the each step by step and to execute and get the knowledge. That is one way. Now with this particular assistant, what happens, it will explain the test case and what are the business libraries it is linked, what exactly the business flow it has, and what are the modules in the application it touch, and what are the technical information it has, all the information it what are the variables it has, and what is the inputs it is getting the during runtime. All those information will be available, so you don't need to go and understand what exactly is happening. Okay, with this one click event, you will get to know all the information. And then the third one is the execution insights. As I told you, so it is purely based on the execution the results. Okay, either it would be a single case or multiple cases, it is going to give the insights out of those failures. What are the models those cases are failure, and how it is failure, and what is the reasons, those kind of information you can get from this particular capability. Earlier what you have to do is manually you need to go to the particular report and understand and which module, and out of that module how many are passed, how many are failed, and why it is failed. Again you need to go back to the result and identify, and all those information you need to do it. But this particular the assistant, you'll get the results, and you'll get the insights, and more in depth, so that it will be helpful to quick RCA and implement the fix. Okay, and you can easily understand the impact of the the particular area why it is failed, and then you can implement the fix based on the priority. Okay, so this is about Tosca Copilot introduction. The next is, yeah, how it is happening. So currently I do not have any other video, so they also, I think they have some restrictions, and that's why I'm not going to show their the video, but I'm going to show you a screenshot so that you will understand how exactly it is happening. So we have a, this is the platform, actually, the Tricentis test is in platform Tosca Commander. So there is a tool called Tosca Commander, which launches the command tool interface. And there is a option called Tosca Copilot in the right hand side, and then when you click on, so it will present with the Active Directory authentication, because since it is a the secured AIT Active Directory identification, and first it has to um, authenticate that the particular ID is really authorized for authorized to use that particular license or not. Once that is authenticated, and it will be open up with the AI chart interface, and then from there you can start your game. Okay, so again, whatever the I have explained in the previous slides, the same similarly in a little bit broader way I have given the information about here. One is converts prompts to the TQL and trace assets. For example, you have to get the hey mm, you need to put your one prompt saying, hey, get the unlinked cases from the so and so module, so and so project. So what it does is it will take that particular natural language text, and it will design your own query. We call it as a Tosca query language, where Tosca system or environment will understand and retrieve the results. So that's about the this particular the component. If you see about Java, sorry, not Java, Jira, there is a, in Jira platform also we have a Jira query language, where we need to give uh, the query to find out the defects and so on, so date, and which date or during the period how many defects reported. So we need to write a query so that it will give the results. A similar kind of pattern in the the toast calls they're following earlier, toast query language, where you can query your assets and get the information. But here what happens is you have to write a information in the natural language text, and which will be taken by the AI assistant and converts the query language and retrieve the results. Okay, here you don't need to understand what the syntax of the TQL, and you don't need to worry about the what is how the TQL functions. Only simply you need to write the your required information in the text format. It will take it automatically, like we did it in the, suppose in order to generate in a code, what we have to do is, hey, write a code for the for need to the temperature conversion or prime number, or generate one particular order, in that we are writing, right? So it will automatically generate the order with a required the fields and information. So like that, we have query else query languages will be there in the Tosca. The second one is the second capability they have announced about converts design cases to the natural language. Okay, so here you need to understand the case, right? You don't need to go to the step by step and understand. So it will convert the entire design to the natural language in a bulleted format, and then give the information back to the end user. So there are various the advantages by having this particular feature. But how it will work? So you need to click on the particular the case, and select the explain the test case, and it will give the information. So that's about the second. And the third is about execution insights in a better way. Okay, scans out the failures and draw insights, and failure case, and provide inputs to fix and amplify the or failure fix process. Okay, so suppose it identify a particular case, and here this is the area, and it will give all the relevant the information, what are the entities it is and where it needs to be fixed. That kind of information it is also provide. Okay, so the three capabilities this Tosca Copilot is demanding, and they have released with this uh, three capabilities which has deeper insights. So whoever is having the the licensings, they are very good to know about this particular information and debug it, decode it, I would say. So that's about the this is the quick glance glimpse of the screen. You can see here over here. See here. This is the Tosca interface, and after authentication, you will be presented with this Tosca Copilot and three. See, we have explain test case, get execution insights, and plain language TQL. Okay, these are the three core capabilities they have initially launched. By saying this one is simple, but it has many features that they are claiming that we need to experience as well. Okay, how each the function look like, I will show you. First one is the TQL generation. See here. Hmm. See here, number of requirements that are not weighted. Okay, or number of not executed requirements. Number of requirement sets with no predefined properties. Okay, so it will take and it will convert to a the TQL query language format. For example, if you see here, so we have a one test case design. See here, all test cases that start with computers that you are given, okay, in a natural language format. Now it is converted to the where the query understanding by the Tosca, which is in the Tosca environment syntax. Okay, so parse Tosca name so and so and computers it has given. This is the query for the TQL, that is the Tosca query language. So with this one, it will give the results. Okay, this is about the Tosca query language. Convert your prompts to a TQL. Okay, here in this case, you don't need to worry about the syntax of the query language. You don't need to spend a lot of time on understanding the query language. If you are knowing, then definitely it will be helpful to you. The next one is the Copilot. Explain the test case. Now the Copilot looks like the next capability to explain the test case. Okay. So in this one, when you click on this explain test case, you will be starting with this one. And then in the right case, so in the RC of the, right click on this particular, test case, and you will understand. You'll see the Tosca Copilot and you'll see the explain test case, and then it will the present the explanation in the natural language. Here you can see, hello. To explain the test case, the please right click on it has given. If you right click on this one, you will get the explanation of this particular test case. And then execution insights you can see. So you will have the, when this is the execution list, you will have the Tosca Copilot and you'll see the execution, get execution insights. So in this one, when you click on this one, it will give the this kind of information in the explain test case where see here. So uh, you have a execution the list so and so, and contains the execution list with one test call, and so after 7 3 runs, 3 passed and 4 failed. This kind of information the execution insights will provide. Okay, so it's a kind of definitely every vendor is going to come up with a chatbot that is integrated with their platform, and it will power up with this kind of generative AI, understand the natural language. It will give the inputs back and enhances the activities the team is doing. Okay, so this about the execution insights. Okay, with this one, I know I am going to the conclude the story or article about Tosca Copilot airport assistant, and I would say if you have an opportunity, definitely you can explore and get hands on. You can use it, and it will be helpful, and you can transform similar kind of the learning experience. You can use it in any other vendor that you are working, and it is useful. Okay, so that's about mainly how we can the transform different activities involving in the test automation journey. So here you can, one is every project will have a you know mm, root cause of the failures, and there are n number of assets are available, but at one point of time you do not have, if you are not following right from the beginning the tracking of the assets, then it will be a difficult. If you are following, definitely you will have hands information to the get the insights of the portfolio. If not, it is very difficult. In such case, if it is a commercial solution, that too you are, if you are using the mm, the Tosca environment, you will get. Okay, and execution insights you have, and you have query the language and explain a test case. Yeah, that is common across in every project you have. You will come across at least 10 to 15% complex in the cases for every project, and that one is the useful explain about the test case. Okay. Okay, that's all I have today from the Tosca Copilot, and in the in the next 2 weeks I'm going to come up on test automation, the coding assistant, which is coming from the Tosca family only. That is the testing Copilot. Testing was the one vendor which was mainly for the mobile apps automation, which was acquired by the Tricentis. Okay. I'm going to give you details on that one in the next 2 weeks. Okay. Uh, Thanks, team. Thanks for watching this session. And if you like it, and you can subscribe and put me a like, so that it will encourage for me to give uh, much useful information going forward, and keep watching my channel. And definitely in the down the line in the next 2 quarters I'm going to publish few training content and few short sessions like this, and it will be useful entire workforce. Okay, thank you, and I'll meet you in the next session. Bye, take care.